Welcome back, friends. Welcome you all in the new session of C tutorial. So in the last session we have seen the use of this particular hash symbol, the pound symbol in C programming, this particular include word. Prior to that session we have discussed this particular stdio.h and conio.h header files, and today we will discuss these two words, void and main. What is this? So the first thing that I want to tell you, here you are seeing that this particular void is in blue color. Okay, so if you are using other editor like turbo C that we were using in our earlier programming sessions, okay, so there I was using turbo C editor and it was in white color. If you go through my previous session where I have used the screenshot of turbo C Borland editor, you will see that this particular void was in white color. Okay, but if you are using other editor, it will be in the blue color. So no need to worry about this, but this color tells us something. If this particular keyword, any of the keyword, okay, so I'm again and again asking keyword. So basically this particular void is keyword. If you are using turbo C editor for your programming purpose, I am using Visual Studio Code. That's only the reason behind using Visual Studio Code, that I can demonstrate you the coding. Means I can do the coding with you guys. But turbo C editor, if you will use, you will see this particular in void word in white color. Okay, so anything that will get displayed in white color in turbo C editor, those are keywords. Okay, and void is also the keyword here. There are total 32 keyword in C programming, basic keywords that are available with C programming in earlier days. Okay, I'm not asking about advanced C and the enhanced version of C programming, but in the basic C programming there are 32 keywords in C programming. Void is one of them. Also, void is a return type of function. Okay, I have also written it here. Void is a return type of function. Now what is function? We will see it in our coming tutorials, but for the time being you can just understand void is the return type of this particular function. Okay, and what is now main? Okay, so main, if anything written in C programming with parenthesis, this particular parenthesis, this is the parenthesis, opening and closing bracket. Okay, this parenthesis, then it is a function. Okay, in C programming anything that is written means beside of which there is parenthesis, we know it as as a function. Main is here one function. Now you can ask me that why we need this particular function. Okay, so there is a basic concept or basic you can say setup of C programming, that that the C programming cannot compile the program if it is written in any non-sequential way. Non-sequential way means if there is no this particular curly braces, you can see there is a curly braces. Okay, if we haven't this particular void main function, okay, if there is means if we write like this, means there is no these curly braces, we can write it in line by line, C will not compile this program. Okay, and some people say that this particular main function is the entry point of the compilation, but that is wrong. Main function is not, means if you go through some other tutorials or somewhere, you will find somewhere it is written that main is the entry point of compilation, but it is not true. The compilation starts from the first line of your program. And what is the first line of program? The functions or the coding that has been written inside this particular stdio.h header file. Because in my last tutorial only I said that this particular stdio.h, this particular conio.h, whatever the header files we will write in this program, it will get replaced with the functions that has been written in these classes. Okay, and these comments will also get excluded from the program. That is the main work of this particular preprocessor compiler. Okay, so the first line of your program will be the function that has been written in which order in this particular class. If you compile this program in turbo C editor, you will see the lines that has been compiled, it will be around 460 lines, 461 or 463 lines if you write the program similar that I have written. Okay, so that proves that the entry point or the compilation of the program starts from the first line of our program. But what is main? once our program gets started executing. Okay, so main is the entry point of our execution of the C program. So we need a structure of C programming where we need the things that we want to cover, or we want to print, or we want to do any kind of calculation kind of thing using programming, or we want to do any kind of activity using program, that should be within this particular curly braces. And there must be at least one main function. I can write anything, I can create any function, like I can create a function with name of Rohit also. Okay, I can write here void Rohit also. Okay, I can write like this also, void Rohit. Okay, but it will compile our program, but once the execution will get started, even if it will not find the main function, okay, it will not execute our program. So main is required as our execution entry point in our program. Now void is means, void means null. Okay, so we are writing here void. That's why you can see there is nothing like return statement. Okay, return statement is not there. Okay, means void means null. So this I already told you, void is the return type of function. This particular function, the main function, is not returning anything. That's why the return type is void. Now there are some other type of functions also. We can write here int also. In that scenario, we need to, you can see, if I compile this particular program, it will throw an error. In that scenario, we should define a return as 0, because this particular int is the return type of function, and the function is returning our integer value. For the time being, you can understand like this. These particular keywords are the return type of function. So I reverted back void main because I do not want to return anything from this particular function. So the basic things that we discussed today, that void, int, anything is the return type of function. Main is the execution entry point of our C programming. C programming follows a structured way. Okay, so in that structure we need this particular parenthesis. We need to write the program in this particular way. That's why we need void, main, all those things. And there must be at least one main in our C program. Okay, we can write functions with any of the name. You can use our name also. We can use functionality also, like add, subtract, multiply, that also. But we need at least one main in our C programming. That's something C tells us. So that is all for today's session. In coming session, we will discuss further more on this particular first program of C.